Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Lignitzer's sword and buckler play number 4. Okay. Now the nice thing about this particular play is that we don't need to modify it at all from buckler to full-size shield. It works just as well and fluid with the larger shield. Okay, so as I read the play, okay, it starts off with a middle how. Okay, basically to the leg. Okay, if it was a smaller buckler, we could make it a little higher up, but because we're fighting a full-size shield here, we're gonna make it lower down, perhaps dipping a little bit to try and get a better angle. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the middle how, and then from there he tells us to zwirch to both sides. Do a zwirch how to both sides. So from our middle how, okay, we're gonna do these zwirch hows to both sides, okay, and then from there he tells us to shidle how down the middle, then pull back and finish up with a thrust to the groin. Okay, and it works really well with this type of a shield because it curves in. Okay, so let's try that again. Middle how, switch how to both sides, shidle how down the middle, pull back, thrust into the groin. Okay. Now he does not tell us whether we should be using a right side middle how or a left side middle how, or a right side, or start off with a right side wedge how and finish off with left side, or vice versa. So to me that means that we're free to do those combinations. In fact, I think that like any good teacher, I think he was giving his students a framework to work with, not specifically limiting them to those cuts in that specific order. So he was just giving them a drill to work on that they can later on, play around with and make their own combinations. So let's try this with the middle how to the leg. Now, because with the middle how to the leg, basically my hand is a little bit more exposed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start my cut from out of measure, okay, come in, make my cut so my shield is behind my hand, switch out to the right side, go to the left side, shidle how down the middle, and then that thrust to the groin. Okay, so that's another variation of this. Now we can substitute any number of other cuts for any one of these cuts. The thing to realize is, what's the overall strategy? What's Lignitzer trying to make us? What's he trying to teach us? What he's really teaching us is a misdirection, because what we're doing is we're starting off with a low cut, okay, all right, and then so that's basically to get somebody's attention down there. We start off with that low cut, and then we start working the top side, and now we're working left right. So basically, if we're on defense, they're going to start off with that low cut, so they're going to pull our defense down like this. Then all of a sudden they're going left, right. So basically we're moving our defense back and forth. In that moving back and forth, the tendency is for the sword and the shield to come apart, which opens up the gap down the middle. So that's the ultimate goal here. We start off with a low distraction, okay? Then we start working left, right in rapid succession in order to get the sword and the shield apart, so we can attack the center line. Okay, that's the overall strategy. Okay, so one more time: low cut, you got your highs, house, your vertical cut, and then your thrust to the groin. Okay, but I believe that the overall strategy is more important than the actual cuts themselves, because there's a lot of substitution that can be allowed here. It's basically low distraction, left and right to pull the sword and shield apart, so we can then attack in between them, and then finish off with that groin shot. I believe that the groin shot was more of a snub. I believe that in this play, it's expected that we're going to get that shidle how down the middle. Okay, that's going to be the killing blow, or the blow that finishes the fight. And then the groin shot is more of, you're gonna look stupid at your funeral, kind of thing. Okay. So there are my thoughts on Lignitzer's sword and buckler play number 4 applied to sword and shield. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a member, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.